Hey, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, the comments, generous donations in all forms, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to go ahead and ring the bell. We're going to clear out the energy, and then we're going to see what the message of Spirit has for us this morning. Hello, Elizabeth. You know, someone spent so much time like reaching for something that almost seemed like it was going to be elusive at one point. Like they was never going to get it. I spent so much time reaching for the brass ring. And then, by golly, guess what the fuck happened? They got it. They got the brass ring. They felt like they got their wish fulfillment. They got what they wanted. They got what they was reaching for. And then, just like that, they realized because shit wasn't working out the way that they thought. Hey, wait a minute. It's just not working out the way I thought. Somebody said, did you read the contract? You signed it. Did you read it first? Somebody didn't read the contract. They skimmed it. They made sure their name was spelled right. But they didn't read the contract, and they didn't really read that fine print. And in that fine print, that's where it details exactly what is and exactly what ain't about to happen. They was thinking that the ain't was an is. And then no way did they think that the is was an ain't. They're so hurt right now. Because without them realizing what the fuck they got themselves into, they feel like they can't be, they can't do this. They can't do this. Somebody's leaving. Somebody's out of here. They can't do this. Bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune. Yep. It's like somebody didn't read something, you know. I feel like things is, or maybe somebody maybe told somebody about something about you know, how things was going to go down or shake out, how the tree was going to shake, what was going to produce. But something was going around, something was happening, this was not the first time, this was a cycle. But some, you know, and somebody said what was going to happen, but you know how people think. Someone says, this is what they always do. They always butter you up. They always suck you in. They always chew you up, and they always spit you out. But somebody said, they would never do that to me. You know how people think like that. Hey, Imani. But and I'm telling you, somebody, they made a decision to be with, you know, this person. You know, or somebody made a decision about something. There's been a judgment call that's been made. But I'm telling you, it was like they thought that they was going to be with the one that they wanted to be with. But I'm telling you, shit just didn't turn out right. They wasn't listening. They was hearing, but they wasn't listening. They heard what you said, but they didn't hear what you said. Hey, Susan. Hey, Robert. And like I said, now it's only because of this contract. Somebody can't do it, so now I'm telling you, they gotta start over. Somebody got to start over. And this was they dream though. This what they really wanted. This is what they wanted. And they knew that they was going to be like, They was gonna be, people was gonna be watching them. It's almost like somebody got a part on a show or something like that. A TV series, a new something that they was gonna. That somebody got a casting and something, and they was gonna be seen, clear and wide, and they just knew that they was gonna be out there on everybody's laptop, everybody's computer, everybody's cell phone, everybody's TV, all over the Wi-Fi. They knew it was going to end up like that. Hey, Shaylin. And this was something that other people tried to get to. They was the ones that got it. This was like a very coveted position. Hey, Tia. Hi, Kay. How are you? Thank you. And it's kind of like, hey, J Mike. Hey, Carla. But now this person feel like, damn, they don't know how to feel. Deflated, upset. Like something just they didn't realize something. That, like I said, this person, they realized, they thought that they was going to be getting something, but now they were realizing that there were certain boundaries that were put up that they can't even go past. They just thought this person was going to be giving them money, that this was like the opportunity somebody provided, and they just knew it was the thing that they was wanting. They told everybody about this. They was telling everybody, hey, they contacted me for the show. Yeah, they want to talk to me. They want to talk to me. It's almost like somebody got contacted to be on a television show, and they like so excited. They like, send me the contract. I'm gonna sign it, do a DocuSign, send it to my email. This is my email address. And they sign it over. They don't read all of it, and then they send it back. And then they traveling to another state and everything, and they tell everybody, hey, I'm gonna be on TV. 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 They get to the place and they're thinking they're getting ready to go to the studio, right? Somebody pick them up. And they taking them and they just talking to them in the car, and they sitting back in the back seat, and they feeling all luxurious and shit. And they picture like when they get there, it's gonna be like a little nice spread, for lunch and everything, and they're gonna sit back and drink champagne before they conduct this interview and all this. Only to get there and find out that they was going to the police station there's going to be an interview for the first 48 hours. That type of shit. That type of shit. Shit that somebody should have read some shit. They would have saved that money for that plane ticket to get on over there. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Lightworker William. Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody didn't see something. They didn't read something. They didn't think about something. I'm telling you, this person, they trying to hold it together. They feel so disappointed. They really do. And they're trying to hold it together because they thought they had the best opportunity in the motherfucking world. Like, how could this shit just drop from the sky? Like, somebody was at the park one day and they saw something fall from the sky. Boom. And it was a big ass bag of money. Well, you know what they did? They took that shit, they was sticking it in their bra and their drawers and their pockets and everything, sticking it up under their arms, and then they left the park. But it's like something didn't turn out the way they thought. They thought that this was it. This was their end. This was what they always prayed for. This is what they was meant to do. Somebody realized they traveled there all that way for nothing. For not a motherfucking thing. Hey, spiritual focus. Hey, Bridget. All that way for not a damn thing. Talk about feeling played. Talk about should have been more careful. See, now somebody it's almost like now they really know that something is up, Something has been seen. About maybe how somebody did a sleight of hand to try and get that position or something. Or somebody really didn't, they know that they did something slick. Latasha, thank you so very much. They did something that they shouldn't have done. And it was not theirs. Hey, something special. How are you? Yep. And it's like this time, this person is trying to keep themselves together because they're so disappointed. And the whole time they were sitting here like thinking that they had to defend themselves against you or something, like keep you at bay. Because they thought something else was going to be better. They thought something else was going to produce a hell of a lot more than what you could do. Like, who you? Now they're finding out that they got themselves in this position, with this position. And then they done signed this whole contract. They got themselves in this position, with this position, made it official and everything. And now they're finding out some shit that they didn't read. Now they're finding out there's a whole lot of shit that they didn't read. Now they're finding out that, wait, what do you mean I'm the one? Not that I got to share in this, but I am the one to always clean the bathroom after everybody on a Friday before I have to go home. Or if I don't do it and I'm going to come back on a Saturday morning on my time I do. What do you mean I signed that in the contract? What do you mean? Okay, Hypsee said the one. Hi, Abdullah. It's kind of like somebody they this got to be a whole new level of upsettedness, of feeling kicked down to the ground. That's got to be a whole new level, because I'm telling you, this is something this person prayed for. God said, okay, you want this, huh? I'm gonna show you what you get. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna show you. I've been trying to save you, but you keep coming back around to the same thing. You won't leave it alone. Why you think your booty's so soft? Because your head is so hard. Hey, Terrence. Yeah, it's almost like somebody. I feel like this person felt like it was because of some like power that they had. Like somebody tried to be feeling like they was some type of a warlock that had some type of mystical, magical powers that they could conjure up. And I feel like what they conjured something up, but they didn't realize what they had conjured. See, I feel like this person, they was like looking at you. Because there's a difference between conjuring and manifesting. And I feel like you manifest things. It's like things. You intuitively know what's coming towards you, and therefore you don't have to do all this extra shit to try and make shit go in your way, to try and make it appear as if you're the one that they always was looking for. And I feel like this has been a strong quality of yours. Because there's somebody, it's almost like somebody in the past, now they realizing that they was with the perfect one. The one that they were supposed to have been with, the one that was their soulmate, the one that they both of y'all reincarnated to be here together. But see, somewhere along the line, somebody got confused. They was a little puzzled. Then they got a little confused. Then it was discombobulated until they graduated to the word confused. That's where you know you all the way fucked up. Somebody was all the way fucked up. And you know, it's like the more they allow themselves to be confused, the more they allow themselves to be like used or not looking out for their own best interest. Like I said, somebody signed some type of contract and they didn't realize that they was going to be on the losing end of the stick. You know? But they realize this now. Now somebody had to wake up with a hard thump as they fell to the ground, as reality woke their ass the fuck up. And so somebody, and they realized, they thought that this was going to be their wish fulfilled. I mean, they was going to be, looking good. They was going to be all confident. They was going to be all happy. Everybody's going to look at them and everything else. And now, what in reality, as they fell to the ground and they had that hard boom and wake the fuck up, all that talking, all that doing, all that shit, somebody see that it wasn't like that. That they was lied to. That they was bamboozled. That somebody promised them something, but was never, ever, ever going to deliver. And they didn't realize the length of the contract. It's like somebody said, when this is going to be something that lasts for 10 years, 20 years. It's going to be like this for the next 30 years. Like somebody signing a house. They bought a house, and instead of them getting a fixed rate, they got one of them adjustable rates, where it started off the first year real low. And it made that rate for the first 2 years. And then that third year, because of the economy, it bumps up. And so now your house payment is $500 more than it was before. And see, people, it's like being short-sighted. Oh, look at how much it could start off, not knowing what the economy is going to do. So instead of them getting something that was fixed, they got something that was a variable based on the economy. Somebody really didn't, and you buy it, you made a big purchase. So now you in this motherfucker. Now you got to work 2, 3 full-time jobs. Everybody to live, you got to get some roommates. And everybody that live in there got to work 2 jobs just to make sure that you can afford the house and the utilities and everything else to go with it. And now somebody understand, wait, I can't even afford this. And they so upset. This was their dream come true. And they so upset, and now they realize they got to leave it. Because they can't afford it. I'm telling you, you cannot make this up. Somebody is so upset that they got to leave it because they cannot afford it. The price, whatever the price of it, whatever it is, they cannot afford it. Hey, Jean. Yep. Somebody had to, and and it's almost like they felt like they felt like I have arrived. I have arrived. Because they were sitting here talking about all this hard work that I put in and everything else. That's why it's building all up. But see, now somebody realized, and it could be at a new job, they realized they went to go work at this job, but what they really getting paid is scraps. And then going to somebody and talking to that person don't hear them. That person is like, what? Get out of here. What? Say it again. Don't say it ain't so. You got to be fucking kidding me. What? Girl, no. And then after a while, we talk about, okay, now go back and get your ass back to work. Go back to work. See, somebody didn't realize what the plan was for them. Maybe they was going to be, they signed the dotted line, not realizing that, that cush house cleaning job that they getting, that they was promised, all you got to do is come clean this 5-bedroom house, 5-bedroom, 3-bedroom house, with the pool, and all you do is just keep it clean, and you ain't really got to do nothing else, and we'll pay you $10,000 a month. Somebody's like, what? I could do that. Y'all picked me to do that, and you thinking you can live luscious, only to find out that, and you signed a contract, only to find out that you signed a contract that during the day you was going to clean the house and the pool, and at night you was going to get paid to be a 304, but you was going to give that money back over to the person that you was living with. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. Somebody made you an offer. You felt like this is it. This is it. They see who I am. They know who I am. I am the HBIC around here. They see me walking down the street. They see me. Like you don't know I'm hot. Ow! Only to find out that you rushed in and now you're regretting the shit like, damn, I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to do this shit. Somebody seeing now, they should have held back. They should have held back. They should have said, let me slow my roll. Let me go slow. Let me figure this shit out. Let me take my time, because let me ask some more questions. Now, all I got to do, I ain't got to do nothing else. And the rest of the day is mine. And what about my transportation? Am I going to have transportation? I'm not going to have to babysit. I'm not going to have to animal sit. I'm not going to do none of that. See, somebody, they should have asked more questions. They should have thought about the shit, because it sounded too good to be true. But instead, nah. And now they definitely somebody definitely don't want nobody to be watching TV to see that they on the first 48 hours. They don't want nobody to be watching them now, because then everybody gonna be like, wait, what? You was on the first 48 hours for what? You got to be fucking kidding me. I knew your ass couldn't be trusted. I knew not to trust your ass. I said, don't trust that ass. Listen to how they're pronouncing their R's. Don't trust that ass. Something told me. See, now somebody realized that, maybe choosing you would have been the better option. Yeah, it would have been. That's why somebody want to come back and they want to apologize to you. They do. You see, when they had that hard landing from that reality coming back down to earth, and they realize that the ground is so unyielding when it comes to accepting things that the sky has given to it. It's not going to budge. It's not going to move. I mean, you might be able to and create a small indent, but that indent is only going to be backed by more hardness. Somebody realized that's how them streets is. Pretty hard. So they do want to. What they thought they wanted, they didn't realize they couldn't really fly. And you was trying to help them keep their feet on the ground. Now somebody sees what they was really doing, really about, what they was really getting, who they really hooked up with, who they really join forces with. So, yeah, I feel like somebody want to come, and it's like almost like, somebody. It's like they want to, if somebody just had this hard wake up call, yeah, they want to come back. Because, see, everybody knows them to be a liar. That's why they want to come back and they apologize to you. They want to make right with you. Hey, because this person can't sleep. This person can't sleep because they know that they was lied to by this person. That they thought that they was going to get so much and get shit. But don't. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, Maglanda, Wanda, Joe. How are you? Hey, Juliet, how are you? Yeah. Something about somebody's loyalty. I feel like their loyalty was definitely in question. Especially because they was doing this shit for so long. Thank you, Lightworker William. Yep. Especially everybody knows that they just, was just too reckless. Somebody was just too reckless. All right, this is the last card. Then we can ready to swing the pendulum. Yeah, they don't like that. Ain't that a lesson? Slow down. Ain't nothing to rush like that. There's no big rush. Yeah. Something about hi, her tarot, fool's journey. Something about what's for you is for you. What God has for you, you will receive. You ain't got to do no extra. You ain't got to, feel like I'm the best warrior. I'm gonna conjure some shit up. Because what you conjuring up is trouble. All right, y'all. We get ready to swing the pendulum. I do apologize. Hi, B Grizzle. Hi, Ayanda. So I got to jump off of here and do my straight 8. We're getting ready to swing the pendulum. So think of the question that you want Spirit to answer for you. And we're going to see what the energy is. I'm going to come back on this evening and do another live. And all right. So what's the answer, Spirit? It looks like it's actually going in a circle. Either the answer has not been determined yet, but things are starting to turn around. Something is turning around in your favor. That's what it is. Something is turning around. Somebody has to do something over. That's why it's going round and round. Somebody got to do something over. It's like they have to revisit something. They got to revisit a place, a person. They got to get something right. Yeah, confirmation. Somebody got to do something over. They got to get it right. Yep. Other than that, if they don't get it right, hey, the blue star, things were going to keep going round and round and round. It's going to be a never-ending cycle for someone that they really want to get out of this cycle. Spirit is like, this is your day. This is your day. This is the way. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I'm getting ready to get off of here. Oh, this thing is really going. Hold on. Let me see if there's another message that want to come through. Something about light as a feather. Or I don't know why I just heard like Muhammad Ali. Did he here said something about light as a feather? Birds of a light as a feather. Something like that. I don't know why I heard Muhammad Ali's voice saying light as a feather. And you know what? Because Muhammad Ali lived by his conscience. He did what he felt was right as a right thing to do, as a righteous person. I feel like this person needs to do what's right. Yeah. All right. All right. All right, y'all. So that's it. That's all the messages that are coming through right now. Thank you so very much. I love you all. Like I said, I'm just gonna jump on this evening and do another live. We'll see what the energy is this evening. Have a wonderful Thursday. One more day after today. We can do this. We can make it. It can work. Woo! Let's get pumped up. All right. TikTok enjoyed you, and we will see each other this evening. Let's see. And now. All right, YouTube. I love y'all. Okay. Okay. There. I love y'all. Thank you so very much. And I'll see y'all this evening. Okay. All right. Everyone, have a great day. Thank you, Kay Hypsee, Lightworker William, Shaylin, J Mike, and something special and Red Violet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Same person. All right, y'all. I love you all. See you soon. Have a great day.